Oh, welcome. This is your boy, the host with the most, but humble, and I do mean humble, the Nostra Novice, aka Derek, and I'm here, of course, on a Thursday to give you the hungry, happy, healthy people here at WrestleCram, of course, my 2 cents. First and foremost, thank you so much for being a part of the show. If you have not done anything here, I tell you, thank you for watching it, number one. How about that? If you want to do anything else for me in the channel, of course, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell. And also, you can always hit those comments. Keep it lively, keep it nice. I mean, if you don't want to keep it nice, don't keep it nice either. But if you want to, you go ahead and do that as well. I try my hardest to communicate with everybody on the contacts as well. It does help the algorithm. If you don't know anything about, of course, my 2 cents, I try to pull from last week's news and give it to you on an intimate level between me and you in something I call my 2 cents, which is just something that I talk about, just one particular subject or whatnot that I talk about. That's why I try to do that. That's my thing. That's my thing. I try to do my 2 cents. The difference between my 2 cents and random thoughts or whatnot. So, now this one's gonna be a little late because I usually pre-record some of this stuff, and usually my 2 cents is pre-recorded on Wednesdays. But I wanted to check out AEW Dynamite and see all the new stuff that was going on. Looks the same to me. Looks exactly the same. I mean, literally looks the same. So my Jim Cardet, who I am a big fan of, huge historian. I think he's better than Dave Nelson or whatnot. In the comments, who do you think, Dave Nelson or Jim Cardet? Who do you think is the better of the two? But Jim Cardet did say that AEW is a indie show with money to back it, and I'm just gonna give you my 2 cents on it. Do I think that AEW is a show that is an indie looking show with money behind it, or is it a legit production, a WWE style type of wrestling? I will tell you now what I think about that comment. Why am I drawing this out? I don't understand that. That is very weird of me. But if I had to choose between it looking like an indie show or looking like a WWE produced type show, to me it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. And that's kind of why I think that AEW has its own nice style to it. Now, once again, the booking can be way better. The pyro could be way better. I mean, the backstage to me kind of feels like an NWA type of feel, which I'm not a big fan of. But through it all, and let me stop. I am an AEW fan. Apparently, all of the creators or the wrestling content people have to say that before every show. But I am an AEW fan. I mean, CM Punk was a great champion. A lot of people did not like how Adam Hangman Page ended, but I thought he was a okay champion as well. So back to what I was saying with the indiness. Okay, it kind of happens when you have a lot of indie people. When you get a lot of indie people and you put them on TV, then that's kind of what it's going to be, an indie type show. That's where your people come in that Tony Khan gives a paycheck to and try to wipe off a lot of that indie. CM Punk was an indie guy. He was in gym stadiums. He was in gym courts. He was playing behind the Walmarts or whatnot. He was doing a lot of stuff. When he went from Ring of Honor, which is kind of still an indie type of promotion at the time back in the early 2000s, and went to the WWE, they washed all of that off, which you see the product of today. CM Punk can talk a lot of crap about the WWE, but they did mainstream him to be a really great, not only champion, but a great wrestler as well. I would not have known who CM Punk was if he did not come to the WWE, because when I was a younger person watching wrestling, I've heard of Ring of Honor, but I didn't know Ring of Honor. So CM Punk, you got some people you need to be okay with. Please make sure you're okay. Stay healthy. But I will say this about AEW. Those indie stars that are on there right now, I love what they're doing. Ricky Starks, I think, is one of the hottest single acts out there. Wardlow, it's up and down with him, but I still like Wardlow. And one of the hottest acts as of right now, The Acclaimed. I mean, come on, really think about it. All of these people are indie. Let's not forget their champion, who is one of the hottest stars in all of sports, which is Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF, who is really, really cutting it, killing the game right now. So if I had to choose that it was an indie show, and I had to choose if it was like a production like feel, if I had to choose, and if I had to choose either one, or I get my foot cut off, I would literally say right now that it is more of an indie show feel than it is a WWE production. And there's a reason, to me, there's truly a reason that the feel is an indie style feel. And I mean, just look at the production. You can stop and look at the production of AEW, and then look at the production of WWE, where it's more crisp. They have more cameras. I mean, the filter is better. You can understand that they are putting millions of dollars into everything that they are doing. When you go to the AEW, they're putting more money into the wrestlers itself. Now, they did a whole little, I guess, a rebirth of AEW, and once again, it kind of looks the same. I mean, I may be wrong. I will say this. Put it up in the comments. Do you think AEW yesterday, if you watch AEW or you DVR'd it and you're watching it today or tomorrow or next week, if you've watched it, let me know in your opinion, what do you think that AEW, if it has changed since yesterday? I myself, once again, I truly think it's kind of the same when it comes to the production value. And like I said, I know Tony Khan has a lot of stuff on his plate, including probably a rebirth of Jacksonville Jaguars going to the playoffs. So I understand. I completely understand. And I will say this over and over again, if you have capable people and you're paying those people to do a certain job, let them do the job. Let them do what they're paid to do. I will say this over and over again. There are people that are on the WWE side that are people that are used to be directors and used to be production people in multi-million-dollar movies. That's why it's different when you see that. I don't know why you can't find these people. You work for Discovery. I guarantee that you can find somebody that can help y'all with the production of this show. I will say this, they still have that type of feel when it That's one thing I didn't like about NXT. That's one thing I didn't like about NXT. NXT, the ring is close with the fans, and that's how it is with AEW. And I'm not a huge fan of the ring being so close, and the fans are really. I mean, you can literally touch the people in the ring because it's just that close. You need to bring it, and I understand. Once again, I understand because you don't have as many people coming to the shows, but you can still push out a little bit. So, but because, and this is the thing about indie shows. Indie shows have a lot of people that go outside. They wrestle outside of the ring. They do a lot of spots outside of the ring. I'm cool with that. I'm completely cool with people wrestling outside the ring. But when you have so much, you don't have the space to do all of that stuff that you want to do. On top of that, you have the timekeepers. You have so much stuff in that area. It just doesn't feel crisp. It just doesn't. I don't know who. I don't know. I know Tony Khan is the lead booker. I do know that. But once again, it still is a. If I like I said, if I had to choose, it is kind of an indie-esque type of atmosphere. And yes, you do have a multi-billionaire who is, well, I wouldn't say keeping it afloat, but he is doing a great job because he's a freaking billionaire, for crying out loud. So that's a plus. That's going to always be a plus that you have some money behind what you're doing. NWA, they have Billy Corgan. I mean, I don't know if he's a billionaire. I think he is. Off of all the music that he has done, and I think he owns the rights to all of the music. But I know a lot of that money that he has is keeping NWA afloat. So it's the same way. But I mean, I know you have help when it comes to Discovery and the HBO deal, that little situation. And I guarantee merch is really good at close, of course, with the Acclaim and everything like that. So, I mean, can I tweak it a little bit? Yes, there's a lot of things you can tweak with indie stuff. My apologies. There's a lot of stuff you can do to tweak indie stuff, and I will say this: I wouldn't change the indie feel. I wouldn't change the indie feel. I would tweak it a little bit when it comes to the arena, where they go to arenas, kind of push it out a little bit. But the indie style, I like a lot. I hate that I wasn't in the age where I went to indie shows. I have Nico goes to indie shows a lot. He offers me to go, but if I'm not busy doing this, I'm busy working or trying to get rest or whatnot. But the stuff that I see on YouTube, it's very interesting, and I would love to go eventually to an indie show to fill out, a lot of what it has to offer. But right now, I do see my fulfillment or my feel of indie when it comes to AEW. Not even Impact, I think, is an indie type feel. Just no disrespect. I don't think it's an indie type feel. I like the production there as well. But it's a fun show. It's a fun show. I'm not gonna shit on AEW on why this isn't working, why this isn't working, and stuff like that. I'm not gonna do it. That I'm not gonna do. But it's a fun show. I enjoy it, and I hope y'all enjoy it as well. Once again, I am a fan. I am a fan of AEW, and I'm going to continue to be a fan of AEW. I did a show not yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday on My Two Cent. And I talked about CM Punk coming back. Hopefully he does. And I did one Tuesday. Y'all go check those out as well. Hopefully I'll be back Sunday to do a a dirt sheet roundup, which I think I will. I'll guarantee I'll probably come back to do a dirt sheet roundup on Sundays. Like, share, and subscribe, of course. I love y'all a million times over. Make sure you are watching the show as well, though. And make sure you're sending those comments. The best is truly yet to come. The best is truly yet to come, you guys. Until next time, love, peace, and of course, wrestling.